Hey everybody, today we've got a full box of Canadian quarters, customer wrapped. Let the hunt begin. Well, we're back at it with quarters. I got a full box here. I didn't see anything really significant by the ends. I can see, as you can see in this one, some copper edge. So we'll have some Americans for sure, but we got a mix of plastic rolls, paper rolls. If you recall our last quarter hunt, we had an epic dump of 1973 RCMP quarters, the equivalent of almost 10 rolls. I'll put a link up in the top corner so you can see that video. I don't think we're going to get anything quite as crazy today, but you never know what we're going to find. Obviously, we're looking for errors, varieties, low mintage, definitely looking to see if we can find some silver. And the other thing we'll be looking to do that I'm really excited about is to fill our brand new, it just came in, Lighthouse Vista quarter album. This is a gorgeous album. There are 170 spaces in this album. Now 17 of those are silver, so we can only fill those if we get silver in our box. But what we'll do today is try and see if we can find any really good examples, see how many of these spots we can fill. If we find coins that are completely trashed, we're certainly not going to put those in. So we're only going to find things that are keepers for sure, or anything that are pretty decent in years that are harder to fill, we think. So that's really exciting. This is the same type of album we have for our nickel hunt. And so this just came in, and I'm really excited that we can start to fill this up too. Well, right off the bat, we're going to have something. I didn't see the other end of this. Is a 2001 Kentucky State Quarter. This one minted in Denver. And just a little bit back, the one we did see, a Philadelphia minted New York State Quarter. Roll number 2, our third U.S. State Quarter in the hunt. It's an Oregon State Quarter from 2005, minted in Philadelphia. Just towards the end of the roll, we got a really nice looking Provincial Quarter. I'm going to pick it up and we'll see what that is. It is the New Brunswick. And this one is the lower mintage of all of them. So this one's worth keeping for sure. But the New Brunswick Provincial Quarter from 1992 is minted at just over 2 million. All of the other Provincial Quarters were minted between 10 and 14 million, so this one's considerably harder to find. Roll number 3, we got another U.S. State Quarter. This is the Nevada Quarter from 2006, and this one looks to be in really nice shape. Same roll, and we found the 2009 Women's Hockey Commemorative. It was commemorating the gold medal in the 2002 Winter Olympics. And this one's got a bit of circulation on it. It's been out there. We'll set it aside for the moment. We'll put it in our pile of finds. If I find these in pristine shape, I keep them. Not necessarily if they've been heavily circulated. And I thought I saw another similar one, the men's hockey right behind it there. Same thing. These are lower mintage. If you can find it in uncirculated condition, it carries a premium for sure. Roll number 4, and we've got the 2009 cross-country skiing Vancouver Olympic commemorative. This one looks to be in pretty decent shape. I'll put this aside for now. I hold back any of the ones that are in like really nice condition and put them in my rolls. Same roll. We got a really nice 1979 here. This one looks to be in really decent shape. You can see a little bit of circulation. It's probably maybe in an AU. It doesn't really have any wear at all, so I'm definitely going to hold on to this and put this one in our stack of finds. Roll number 5, and we're going to find our first colorized quarter. This is the 2006, and I'm going to toss it over here, and it's the Breast Cancer Research Awareness Quarter. Roll number 6, and we got another one to add to the board. It's another 2006. Same roll, and we just found a 1968, and 1968, of course, was a transitional year in Canadian coinage, so there are nickel quarters and there are silver quarters, and what we got to do is test it with our handy-dandy magnet, and this one is, in fact, the nickel one. So that's not what we're looking for, but we got to test it. The silver ones are 50% silver, and we don't want to let them slip by. Same roll, and I just flipped it over, and it's the colorized version of the Orca in the Legendary Nature series from 2011. Roll number 7, we got a 1978. It's pretty circulated, but we can throw it under the scope here and just see if it is the long or short denticle version. And it's absolutely the short denticle. You can see the denticles on the reverse are actually quite small. So you can find those 2 varieties in your hunts. Same roll, we got another 1968, so we got another one we need to test, and that is just the nickel version. Same roll, and we've got a 1973 Mountie Commemorative. I don't think we're going to find 360 plus of them like we did last time, but we can at least take a look at this one here. It's fairly circulated, and we can see if this is the large bust or the small bust. So I'm putting it under the scope, and the two things that we're looking at is the small. This is definitely the small bust, the less valuable one. The large bust, these beads will be right close to the rim, and there's far less hair detail. That's what we want to look for. So less detail and beads really close to the rim. This is the small bust. It's not really worth much of anything. If it was the large bust, we would be ecstatic. Roll number 8, we got another colorized version. This is the 2008 Remembrance Day Poppy, and it's got a little bit of a mark on the back, and it's got the Ring of Death. We'll set it aside with one of our finds. Not sure if I will keep that one, but we're always on the lookout for color. Roll number 9, and we have the 2009 Cindy Clausen commemorating her gold medals in the 2006 Winter Olympics. This looks in great shape. We'll add it to the board. It's not the color version. There's a color version where the maple leaf behind her is all color, and we want to look out for that. We're on roll number 12, and we got another color. This is a 2004. It looks like the poppy is pretty faded, though the coin itself is in pretty nice condition. A little bit of circulation wear, but you'll recall that in our last hunt, we found 2 full rolls of uncirculated 2004s. We'll still put this one on the board. It's a good find in a hunt, and we'll keep on moving on. Same roll, and I've got a limited edition 2000. They put out a different coin every month. This one's got a little bit of circulation where sometimes you can find these in really great condition. I also look at all of these because there are some rotated dies and a few different errors. This isn't one of them, but it's always worth looking to see if you've got one. Roll 14, we got a beautiful Olympic coin here, 2008. I'll just flip it over and see what we got here, and it's the ice dancing. Roll 15, we got a 2017 Stanley Cup Memorial coin. It's got a bit of circulation wear on it. It's actually in pretty good shape. We'll set that aside on the board, but I could also see that behind that, we've got another color, breast cancer research awareness. Awesome. Roll 16, we got another 2004 Remembrance Day Poppy. I'm in roll number 17. I had a bit of trouble getting into this one. It was taped up on both ends. But as I just opened it up, I think this is similar to what we had last time. I flipped open and we had this commemorative coin here. Then I immediately saw that we had a 2006 colorized version. And then this one here with the new bust of the Queen doesn't have a composition mark or the mint logo, which tells me that it's something different. And it's one of these limited edition 2013s. But then again, same thing here. We've got a different version. But as I start to flip things down, I'm seeing a whole roll of color here. So there's a 2004, a 2006. This is not the colorized version of Tecumseh. We've got a commemorative coin. We've got a legendary nature color. We've got a men's hockey. We're going to look at this in a minute and just see there are a couple varieties we want to look at there. Another legendary nature. We're just going to go through this and see what we've got here. These are all limited edition coins. They're not all the colorized versions, but we've got a whole collection of interesting things here. We might have more color in here if we're lucky. Olympic coin. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, these are all special editions. So this was somebody's collection, I'm gathering. And so we had a few color, and what do we have here? A 1979 in pretty decent shape. That might have just been the end of the roll, I guess. So a very interesting find here, similar to our last hunt. Okay, I put that colorized men's hockey under the scope here so we can look at this. There are 2 varieties. This is the common one. This is the incused 2. You can see the 2 is sort of set into the leg of the hockey player. And there is a more rare version that's more valuable that is a raised 2. It doesn't have this recessed area the 2 is in. It's just raised on the leg. I haven't found one yet. I'm going to keep looking. But that's what you want to look for. So we've added a number of colorized quarters to our stack, but not unlike our last hunt. Most of those, even though they were sort of special edition commemorative coins, were in pretty circulated shape and weren't worth keeping. There were just a couple that I set aside. The rest have gone back into the discard pile. Roll number 19, and I just flipped it over here, and we found ourselves a key date 1970 quarter. This is low mintage. This is minted at just over 10 million. That compares very favorably to all of the other mintages in the modern era. So we're going to put that on the board. That is a great find right there. Well, this is actually roll number 19 because one had fallen down in the box I couldn't see, but I just flipped this over and we have a War of 1812 Laura Secord commemorative. Same roll, and I can see we got more color here. Another 2006. Roll number 21, we got another US quarter here. This one is, a New Hampshire state quarter from 2000. Same roll, just a couple coins back, and we have something I haven't found before. And this is from the United Arab Emirates. We'll get a closer look at that. And so I'll have to do some digging to find out the year on this. One of the websites that I can go to where I can find information is the numista.com website. So I'm going to look that up. I'll come right back. All right, I pulled it up on the Numista website. This is a great resource for looking at international coins. What I was able to find on here is that if I scroll right down, that this is actually the 2007. And you can see here, it shows the legend or the date information in Arabic that I can then find what year it is in our calendar, which is 2007. So this is really, really helpful. So that's a great find for the board, something I haven't found before. And you never know what you're going to get when you're coin roll hunting. Roll 22, and we got ourselves another breast cancer awareness coin for our pile. Same roll, and we found ourselves a gorgeous 1972. This looks to be in nearly uncirculated condition. That's a little bit of chatter on the back, but you don't often see them this nice. This is definitely going on our board here as a find. Roll number 23, and we have found ourselves another key date low mintage 1970. I just laid down roll number 26, and we'll have a couple of finds for the board, but not necessarily all good. I can see we've got what looks like a nickel. There's an American one behind it, but we're just going to flip it and see what we got. And yep, we just lost 20 cents on the deal, just a 1998 common nickel. We'll add it to our board, and we'll take a look and see what we got here just behind it. It is a 1986 Philadelphia. Roll number 28. We just got ourselves another 2004 with the Remembrance Day Poppy. We found a few of these. I haven't filmed them all. These are quite common, but this is in pretty decent shape. We'll add that to our finds. Roll number 30, and we got ourselves another really nice 2006 colored quarter. Roll number 33, and I can see we've got a commemorative coin here. It has the modern Queen's bust, but there's no mint logo. And it is the 2013 Arctic Expedition coin in really nice shape. Same roll, and we're going to have yet another color enamel quarter here. Okay, we're in roll number 34, and just as I laid it down, I think we might have another roll of special and commemorative quarters. You can see there is a 2000. We've got a really nice Cindy Clausen, not the color version. But as I looked at that, I could then see that we had a Manitoba Provincial. There's a Olympic one. We've got the 2013 Arctic Expedition. And then again, we've got some color enamel, more Olympic. So we'll just kind of go through these and see what we've got here to see if there's anything. There's another double poppy. It's the 2010. Some more commemorative and some that are not commemorative. Roll number 36, and we've got another color enamel. It is the 2011 Legendary Nature Orca. Roll number 37, and this time we've got a 2008 color poppy in really nice condition. Roll 38, and we got ourselves a pretty nice 1979, and I'm going to pull this aside. I wouldn't normally keep it. We might find nicer ones for sure. We found a few other nice 71s today, and this might be a good spot filler until we find one that's really, really nice. We're in roll number 39, and we got ourselves another provincial quarter. In this case, I guess it's a territorial quarter. This is the Northwest Territories. Roll number 40, and we're still finding color enamel quarters. We have the 2011 Legendary Nature with the Peregrine Falcon. Roll number 42, and we found the non-color version of the 2015 Canada flag. I found one earlier, I didn't film it, but we're still finding some really interesting stuff in here. Roll number 43, and we've actually just found the color version of the 2015 Canada flag that we've just found earlier. But it looks like some of the enamel has rubbed off of the maple leaf, which is a little bit interesting. I haven't quite seen that before. And just taking a bit of a closer look, I'm going to look and see if there's any sort of enamel error with this particular coin, because the enamel, with the exception of one little spot on the left, is almost exclusively gone from the maple leaf. Same roll, just a few coins back, we've got another US. It's a 2015. It is the Blue Ridge Parkway, and it's the Philadelphia Mint. Same roll, and I just flipped it over to find another 2008 Remembrance Day Poppy. Roll 45, and we've got the 2017 Green Future Quarter, but I bring you in because I can see just behind it, we got another color Remembrance Day Poppy from 2008. Same roll, just at the back, peeking through here, I can see the Bison color version of the 2011 Legendary Nature. That's our second of this hunt. Roll number 48, and we found a really beautiful looking 1974. We'll try to, it's reverse facing. We'll see if we can get a look at the obverse, and it's got a bit of circulation wear, but it's in pretty good shape. And just behind it, we found another Provincial Quarter. This is the Newfoundland. Roll 49, and we got a pretty nice looking older Elizabeth here. We'll flip it over. And it's the 1973, so we can put that under the scope and we can check it to see if it is the large bust or the small bust. This is the small bust. Again, you can see that by the fact that these beads are further away from the rim than they otherwise would be. And there's a lot of detail in the hair. The large bust, the really rare one, doesn't have as much detail in the hair. All right, well, that box has been hunted. 50 rolls of customer wrapped quarters. I got a whole bunch of things here on the table. I'm just going to organize these and give you a wrap up, and I'll be back in just a second. Well, I have organized all of our finds, and we got lots of great stuff. I'll start right up here at the top here. We got 10 US quarters, as well as that United Arab Emirates 1 dirham. We got a nickel, so we were short 20 cents. We got a ton of color enamels. We actually got 36 in total, including 11 of the 2006 breast cancer awareness. We got 12 of the 2004 Remembrance Day poppies. We got 4 of the 2008 poppies, and we got 2 each of the Legendary Nature colored versions. We got 1 of the War of 1812. That was the Laura Secord. We got the men's hockey. That is the regular incused 2 and not the raised 2 rare variety. We got a Canada Day flag from 2015, as well as the double poppy from 2010. We found a lot of other things here too as well. So I got a stack of the 99s and 2000s. There's only a few that are in great shape, but I'll go through there and we'll see what we can add to our album. But we got 8 Provincial Quarters, and we got several nicer of the War of 1812, the non-colored version. A couple of the women's hockey ones worth keeping. A few of the men's hockey. And we got 4 Cindy Clausen worth keeping as well. We got a few of the Stanley Cup in really great shape. And 2 of the Arctic Expedition. Each of them is different. There's an A and a B, where the frosting on the wardrobe or on the design of the coin is a bit different. So we got 1 of each, which is great. We got a bunch of really nice Olympic coins. So we just picked out the best. We got tons of them, which you will find, but those are the keepers. We got one really nice Legendary Nature with the Peregrine Falcon that will keep, the non-color version. And one of the 2013 with the whales. And then in the front row here, we got some really nice quarters from the 70s in really good condition. We're going to add to our album a 72, a 74, a 79. We got a pretty decent 1973 small bust, of course. We got a couple more of the non-color version Canada flag. And well, I'll go up here. I separated out some of the nicer 70s, 80s, 90s, some teens, and some 20s for our quarter album. The real finds, though, today, we're finding not 1, but 2 key date 1970 Canadian quarters. These are low mintage. These are hard to find. They're not in the best of shape, but that's what we're doing coin rail hunting for, is to see what we can find. So I've gone ahead and added our finds to the album, and we got a fantastic start. Of the 170 spaces, we've actually filled 72 of them. We didn't get any silver, of course, but we did add that key date 1970, which was a really, really good start. We got a bunch of really good examples, as we just saw, in the 70s, so that's fantastic. Some of the ones in the 80s and 90s aren't the best examples necessarily. We think we might be able to do better. And but we did find a bunch of really good things. So I'm really pleased with our beginning on here. So for each video in the future, we'll take a look and see if we can upgrade any of the ones that are in here. We want to obviously fill in some of these spots, and many of these we can fill in pretty easily. So please let me know what you thought about our video. Give it a like, absolutely do that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I've got new content coming out regularly. Let me know what you think about this kind of video, and we certainly want to give you more of what you'd like to see. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you again soon.